I got some cool stuff in the mail this week I want to show you, including the 50th anniversary deluxe reissue of Wars, Why Can't We Be Friends, plus some punk, some indie punk that's been getting a lot of time on my turntable. But first, I want to make a wrong right. All right, 33 years, happy Friday. This is something I've been hemming and hawing about for a while. And that is the theme song I've been using for these Friday night vinyl episodes. And I dig it. I like that theme song, but I'm going to drop it. And I dropped it in today's video. And that's because that song, or that jingle, that 9 seconds, was largely generated by AI, artificial intelligence. And that's been kind of bugging me. It's kind of scary as well, because that song sounds good. You can't really tell it was artificially generated. It sounds good. But as someone who likes to promote music made by humans and independent artists and the creative arts and that kind of stuff, it's causing me to think, like, I probably shouldn't be using or promoting the use of AI. So beginning now, I'm killing that introduction. I know a lot of you liked it. I liked it as well, but again, just because of the AI element, I don't think it's right to keep it. So I'm going to kill it. And in my Friday videos, I'm probably going to use the original, the OG Channel 33 RPM theme song, which is a short jingle I wrote on a whim as a joke, actually, probably 10 years ago. And I wrote it and I performed it. I played guitar on it. I did the vocals very poorly, and I recorded it all on my home computer. I guess the only thing that's not authentic in that jingle, the Channel 33 RPM jingle, is the drums. Those are drum loops. But I'm okay with that, because it was creative. It was a real human who did it, and that was me. So the jingle I'm going to be using is not perfect, but it's real. And cheers to that.
Channel 33 RPM, yeah, 33 RPM, Channel 33 RPM, yeah, final echo.
That, what I just played, by the way, was the original Channel 33 RPM jingle. Anyway, let's talk music. I got this. This is the 50th anniversary deluxe reissue of Wars, Why Can't We Be Friends, originally released in 1975. It got the deluxe CD treatment here. There are 3 discs. It was released by Rhino on June 6th. And it's got the same track listing as the vinyl version that came out just this past Record Store Day in April. So there's the cover. There's there's the back, and I'll quickly show you the CDs. So this is the original album, and comes in like these mini LPs, mini gatefolds. There's the inside, there's the back. I do love CDs, but the older I get, the harder it is to read some of these credits and liner notes. And that's pretty small, but it is what it is. And there is the CD. And here are discs 2 and 3. They call this bonus tracks and alternative versions. There's the mini CD gatefold. And there's the back. I made notes on this. I've given it a few listens. I said in my notes here as I was listening to it that this is a great sounding reissue. It's remastered by Bernie Grunman. This album came out originally in 1975 and featured song. Even if you don't know War, you're going to know some of these tracks, including Lowrider, So, and the title track, Why Can't We Be Friends. The music combines the music of War. It's kind of like funk with elements of Latin music, elements of soul, elements of rock, elements of blues. This is a band I've really started getting into over the past year or two, so it was really cool to get this and listen to it. So it sounds good. In terms of the bonus stuff, those 2 bonus CDs, like a lot of these deluxe reissues, the bonus stuff is never really essential listening, but it's cool and it's fun listening. What was on here? It's kind of like, in my notes I said, you're kind of getting a peek behind the curtain to the making of this album. It includes the original unedited mix of Lowrider, which is 9.5 minutes long compared to the regular version, which is just over 3 minutes. And the final track on here was really cool. It's simply called The Making of Why Can't We Be Friends. And that's almost 23 minutes long. It's got a lot of studio banter, the band kind of joking around in the recording studio and working things out as they're preparing to record the track Why Can't We Be Friends. So overall, a really good deluxe reissue of this War album. I haven't heard the vinyl, but apparently the vinyl, as I said, has the same track listing, but CD sounds pretty good as well. All right, a great EP landed in my mailbox this week. This is a split release between two bands. On this side, we have Generation Exit, which is a punk band from Austin, Texas. And on this side, we have Mark Lind and the Unloved from Boston, Massachusetts. So before I show you this album and talk about it, I want to give a big shout out to Chris Klink. He's the front man of Generation Exit. And I want to thank him not only for sending me this awesome EP, but a test pressing of this album. And he sent me, hold on one second. This was the second release from Generation Exit. Their first album came out in 22 or 23, and it was called Lifer. Anyway, he also sent me a test pressing of that first Generation Exit release LP. And so I'm blown away, Chris, that you thought of me again and sent me a test pressing of your latest EP. That is freaking awesome. Pirates Press. And there were only, I believe, 30 of these test pressings made. So to have one, man, I'm honored and I'm humbled and I'm super grateful to get that. So I'm going to cherish this test pressing just like I cherish the other one. And I'm a big fan of Chris's. He's done some awesome stuff. He's a veteran of the music scene. He's been in a bunch of bands. But prior to Generation Exit, Chris was in this band called Nowhere Bound. And this release in particular, called Morning Glory from Nowhere Bound, I've listened to this so many times and I've streamed it so many times. It's just such a great, great album. As are all the Nowhere Bound releases. Here's another one called Slings, Hearts and Arrows. There's Slings and Arrows, as well as Mockingbirds. I mean, Chris is a very prolific guy when it comes to music. And I'm happy to have all those albums in my collection. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the latest split from Generation Exit. And according to their Bandcamp, the band describes themselves as dynamic and melodic street punk from Austin, Texas. The members, as I mentioned, are all veteran musicians who have been doing this for years. In terms of the music, they describe themselves, as I said, as dynamic and melodic street punk. It is. I mean, I would say this is rock, it's punk, it's both of those fused together with fist-pumping shout-along choruses. This release was a DIY effort. The songs are all written by the band. It was recorded by the band. It's got 4 tracks. Each band has 4 tracks. The Generation Exit songs are up-tempo and pretty infectious. In my notes, I said, it reminds me a bit of the Dropkick Murphys minus the Irish folk elements, if that makes sense. It's those big barroom sing-along type songs. Sing loud, sing proud, that kind of stuff. Anyway, 4 tracks on here. I dig all of the tracks, man, but if I had to pick, I would say Stay Alive, which is also the name of the EP. Stay Alive is probably my favorite. But the first track, The Hopeful Cynics, opening riff, is almost, dare I say it, almost Iron Maiden-y. It's got that, I haven't pulled out my guitar to double check, but it's almost like this, it's got this open string pull-off kind of riff that reminds me of early to mid-career Iron Maiden. The second track, as I said, my favorite, Stay Alive. My notes, I said that's super catchy and has this really cool call and response riff. It's like a syncopated call and response riff. I love it, man. The second half of the LP, as I said, it's a split. It's 2 bands. Is by Mark Lind and the Unloved. I wasn't familiar with Mark Lind and the Unloved, but it turns out he's also the main man behind State Line Records, which is pretty cool. He used to front this band called Ducky Boys. I didn't know the Ducky Boys. I didn't know Unloved. But that's kind of the great thing about these split releases is that if you know one band, you kind of get another band thrown in, right? It's like a 2-for-1 kind of deal as well. Splits used to be really popular at one point. I don't see as many nowadays, but I really love the idea of split albums, split EPs, split singles, that kind of stuff. Anyway, in terms of the music on the Mark Lind release, in my notes it said it's punk rock, it's barroom rock, it's raw rock and roll, it's melodic. It's almost got a pop sensibility to it, but it's not pop punk. It's just really well-crafted songs and well-crafted melodies. I mean, it's very catchy. Lyrically, in my notes here, it said Mark paints a pretty bleak picture of the world at the moment, but there's an element of redemption in the songs as well. In the lyrics, there's like a glimmer of optimism, I said, that we can turn things around, turn the temperature down, metaphorically, which is a good message to get out there. My favorite track on this side, on the Mark Lind side, would be World Gone Mad. And I think I hear some cowbell in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I hear some cowbell in there as well. There are 3 varieties of this EP up for grabs. I got this one. This is the Electric Blue with black splatter. There's also Electric Blue with white splatter. There's plain black. And Chris, again from Generation Exit, who's been a viewer of this channel for years, is a big record collector. So he knows what you need to do to make a release that works for record collectors. So he does things like polyline sleeves. He's got an insert with all the credits, which is right here. The colors, that Chris designed all this himself, and the colors all match. Like you got the blues and blacks and the whites as the primary colors on the packaging, and those colors carry over to the vinyl. I've said it a million times, I'm a black record guy generally, but I appreciate when a color variant is done well. Not color for the sake of color, but when color enhances the overall look and aesthetic of a release. I think that's great, and that's exactly what Chris and the bands have done here. Also, where did I put it? Chris sent me a Generation Exit patch, so I much appreciate that. This record is also very affordable, 33 years. It goes for $20. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can check out, at least I know that this is available on Generation Exit's Bandcamp, but there are other places you can get it as well. I urge you to check it out, man. At least listen to the songs on streaming. And if you dig them, buy the record. $20 to support independent artists, if you ask me, is money well spent. Thank you guys for sending this over. All right, 33 years AI in music. It bugs me. How about you? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you thought of these releases. Check them out. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep on spinning.